My name is Rakeen Wenalai, or you can just call me Keen, and I'm a third-year student here at IRGA in MUIC, and I'm originally from Yala, but I've been around the world ever since my kindergarten years, and I think that's sort of what made me interested in pursuing my studies in the field of international relations.
So my name is Faris, and similar to Keen, I've also been traveling ever since kindergarten, and so that as well has also developed my interest towards the IR program as well.
I think it's sort of the background of being part of a diplomat's family that's made us interested in this field, right?
Absolutely. Where have you traveled to, my friend?
So I've traveled plenty of places, but most of them have been around the Middle Eastern region, because that's the region which my dad was assigned to. So we spent years in Jordan, in Saudi Arabia, in Libya, and Tunisia.
I see.
How about yourself, bro?
Oh, I've been in similar countries to you as well, because likewise here my father is also a diplomat, and he's also stationed in to several Middle Eastern countries as well. May I ask how IR has sort of impacted the way you view sort of Middle Eastern politics?
I think it's allowed me to take a step back and understand why things are the way they are, and sort of be more analytical than judgmental, I'd say.
Absolutely.
What about yourself? Well, what do you think having a background? How do you think having a background in this sort of field has helped you in studying IR?
I think
following your dad and all.
I think the major thing that it helps us with is like you said, the ability to adopt a certain lens in order to view politics that is interrelated with other states involved. So the politics of one state can also very well affect the state of others. I think that's the major benefit of studying IR, in that you can see things from a more global and wider.
I think one other benefit I see, especially from my time here at MUIC, is the versatility of the subject itself. As in, it's not only related to interstate relations, but it's something that you can adapt to business, to normal relations with other people. And I think also in terms of career paths, it's not only related. It's not only limited to international relations jobs, but you can sort of adapt it to other fields as well.
Speaking of which, I heard you went to New York recently. Is that correct?
Yes. So I went there as a Thai delegate, and I went to talk about the SDGs on behalf of Thailand. And I think sort of what allowed me to be there in the first place was my background knowledge of international relations, and how I mentioned the versatility of it, being able to implement it into real life situations, and so something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what about your time here? Like, what events have you?
I've participated in several events myself. I had the opportunity to moderate several key events here in MUIC. I did a discussion on soft power. I did one on human rights. I also had the opportunity to go to the Model United Nations. So in similar paths with you, I've also been able to explore that sort of field in my own time as well.
So it seems that IR in MUIC has also helped you use it outside of MUIC as well.
Most definitely, yes.
Nice.
I think the greatest thing about being here is that it develops like the capacity in order to take ourselves outside of the world too, because these skills are very transferable to any part of how we carry ourselves outside.
And I think one more advantage of being here in MUIC is that studying international relations was studying it from the perspective of Thailand, in the context of Thailand. And I think as aspiring diplomats as yourself and I, that will definitely be of help to us in the future.
Absolutely.
Don't you think so?
I believe so.
Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to attend the ECOSOC Youth Forum as a Thai delegate. So how I got there was the MFA, they opened like a general call for youth to apply and apply to go for the ECOSOC Youth Forum. So there were 2 rounds in total. The first round, we had to send a video of a speech regarding the SDGs and what the youth can do to sort of accelerate the realization of achieving the SDG goals. So after the first round, we had to go through an interview process. So the interview was about 20 to 30 minutes, and from the interview, they selected two young people from Thailand to represent Thailand at the EcoSoc Youth Forum. And from my time at the EcoSoc Youth Forum, I had the opportunity to sort of meet youths from around the world, from more than 150 countries, and we sort of discuss the SDGs in general. So for me personally, it was my first experience in this multilateral setting. I was more so used to bilateral stuff, implementing, actually taking action. So I think being in EcoSoc, it sort of opened my view, opened my experience to this multilateral setting where people set policies, where people brainstorm ideas on what they can do to help with the SDGs. And I think for people who are more interested in setting up policies, in brainstorming ideas, this multilateral career path in the context of EcoSoc or the UN would definitely be suitable for them. But for me personally, I feel like I'm more geared towards field work, towards bilateral relations. So I think it sort of made me realize what I liked and also what I did not like. Well, maybe not really not like, but something I'd prefer not to do, because that multilateral. I'm sort of rambling. Okay. Once again. Yes, but then again, joining EcoSoc, I got the opportunity to use the skills I got from studying international relations, mostly with regards to oral skills, because studying IR, you always have to engage yourself in debates, in presentations, in giving speeches. So I think that skill there was very useful in helping me get there in the first place, and also helping me survive there at the EcoSoc, because I also had to give a speech at the United Nations headquarters in New York. So the speech I gave was with regards to SDG 11. So as a representative of Thailand, we were assigned by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to give a speech in one of the following SDGs, SDG 7 and SDG 11. I was assigned with SDG 11, and I think the process of giving the speech was something that was really, you could say, second nature to me because of my background in studying international relations. The speech preparation process and the actual giving of the speech is something that we as IR students have to learn ever since we enter university. So those are skills that from studying in IR you gain automatically, and it helps you in the context of having to give speeches or even in your future careers.
IRGA.
Your future begins now.